Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're doing all right. March 4th starter. This will relate back to the previous synchronous and asynchronous work of documents C and D. So go ahead and answer those questions now. I will give you a minute to do so. But again, which of the following, let's look at these questions together though. I'm not going to answer them for you, but which of the following statements is true based on 104 South Africa DBQ document C? And then which is true based on document D. All right. So again, if you did your work well, if you really close read that text and those documents, this information should pop out to you on what is true and what is not true. Okay. But if you just skimmed it, you didn't do it, you just highlighted just to highlight and you didn't put that time in, you're probably not going to get these right. And that's the point. That's the purpose. Okay. I need you to genuinely close read these documents, these texts. So that way, okay, you're reading for understanding. So go ahead and do that now, please. I will give you a minute. We'll do 2 minutes. So today, though, I'm adding another document because these documents all go together and they all relate to Nelson Mandela. So I'm throwing in a third document here, but our objective in North Carolina Standard Course of Study is basically the same and the same as the last 2 days. I can use primary and secondary sources to interpret different perspectives of apartheid. And then discontent creates changes. Our statement of inquiry, think about the Sharpeville massacre, think about the laws of apartheid that were established by the minority white group that controlled the government. Think about all those things and just think about the discontent that the Black South Africans experienced at that time. And we'll get even up to modern day at some point next week. Your synchronous work is the starter. Then we're going to begin 106, 107, 108, which is document E, F, and G. And then we'll finish always with the ticket out the door. And your asynchronous work is to complete documents E, F, and G. All right, so before we move on to document E, I do want to go back and look at the previous documents, C and D, that we did the day before, okay? So again, I have to remind you, when we close read, first step, read through it one time. Second step, number the paragraphs or sections. Third step, read through each paragraph on its own, trying to figure out exactly what it says, breaking it down, highlighting, and then summarizing it with a hashtag in the margin. Okay, so as you see here, that's what I did here with this first section, and then summarize it with terrible Sharpeville massacre. Okay, and then I did the same thing here with the image. I just kind of just hashtag devastation and pain. So again, if I'm looking at what happened in Sharpeville, The people protested and they were met with violence by the police. Okay, with many people being killed, many people being sent to the hospital, including women and children, and them having a mass funeral. Okay, so I think about then that next question, how do you think the Africans responded? If I'm to answer that question, I would maybe say one of two ways. Maybe it emboldened them, galvanized or made stronger their desire for change, or maybe it shut them down and they said, I'm not going to protest again because I don't want this to happen again. Like, I'm just going to deal and put up with this. Okay, for now. For me, that may be one of two ways. But nonetheless, I just wanted to review document 3 or document. Sorry. Yeah, that should say C, but oh, well. All right, here we go. Document D. And again, as a reminder and review, these are legit laws that were put in place by the white government in South Africa. If we look back at document B, we can look and see that the population was only like 4 million white South Africans, but much greater population were the black South Africans. Yet the minority ruled white population made these decisions and made these laws. No mixed marriages. Okay. As you look through prohibited adultery, attempted adultery, or related immoral acts between white and black people. Physical separate neighborhoods. Okay. If you are a black South African, you had to carry identification. You could only go in certain areas with permission. Okay. Again, separating, creating these white only areas and non-white only areas. And then if you ever attempt or even thought of using or have plans of using violence, you could be thrown in jail without a trial. Okay. So in what ways did the apartheid laws help whites maintain control over whites? Okay, that's question 1 there. Why don't we go ahead and put that answer in the chat in just a minute. Okay, I want you to wait. I want you to type your answer in the chat. So go ahead, type your answer in the chat right now for that first question. And I want a response from everybody. If you want to do it privately, that's fine. Or for everybody to see, that's also great. Okay. But in what ways did these apartheid laws help whites maintain control over non-whites? Okay. Give you 15 more seconds, and then I want you to hit enter when I count to 3. All right, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, enter. Everybody take a look at the responses in the chat, please. Okay. And we will process some of those responses. All right, let's look at question number 2. Question number 2. Which law do you think was most unjust and why? Again, type your response in the chat, but do not hit enter. Do not hit enter. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Quickly identify what you think and then explain why. And in 30 seconds, I'm going to count to 3. And I'm going to want you to submit your response. We can all take a look and just kind of see where everybody's at on this. All right, here we go. Get ready to submit it, please. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Let's see what you guys wrote. I'm going to pause the video so we can discuss this a little bit more as well. All right, so let's transition here to the next document. Okay, so today your synchronous work is 106. We're going to begin 106, 107, and 108. 3 documents today. You do have asynchronous time to work on that as well. But let's look, and I'm just going to quickly. You know how to do this now. I've gone over this for 2-3 days now. Okay, so I'm not gonna spend time walking through it with you here. Okay, but bottom line is read through it one time, number the paragraphs or sections, reread each paragraph one at a time and determine what it says and put the main idea hashtag in the margin. All right. Then when you're done with that, answer the 2 questions at the bottom of this document. Then transition to 107, same thing, and then 108. You should at least during synchronous time today, you should at least finish 106 and 107, leaving you with 108 for your asynchronous time. So I'm going to give you time during synchronous time. So I'll be available for any questions that you have. Okay. And if you have any questions in general about apartheid or this task or assignment, please let me know. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on those documents now to get as far as you can. All right, now let's move to the ticket out the door. All right, here we go. Ticket out the door. Be careful with that last question again. Objective. What unit are we studying? Statement of inquiry, and then your asynchronous work. Please get those free 5 points.